and we were looking at just what was going on because we were going to be there for a few days. And we saw that Ewan McGregor was getting his star on the Walk of Fame, and we were like, no freaking way. So
Yeah.
it was the same day too. Yeah.
So what was that experience like there? Because you were pretty close, right? Like you had like a good viewing of it. Like how was that?
And we were late. Yeah.
Ooh, how was that
Yeah. We were
experience?
shocked.
Seeing Hewan and Hayden and all that. How was that?
Oh my god, dude, it was so cool. It was so so cool. So they came out of his star is right beneath, right above or beneath. I think it's right above actually Carrie Fisher's, which is kind of
Oh,
beautiful, right?
yeah.
Um yeah, and it's actually in front of like the Jimmy Kimmel studio show. And so they came out of that building. Because I think they have a back entrance for celebrities. There was a bit of a crowd, you can imagine.
Yeah.
We got there like 20 minutes before the ceremony started. So we kind of thought we were screwed. Like we thought we're going to have to stand like really far away and they're not going to have TV. So how are we going to see anything? But it wasn't too bad. Like it wasn't that busy. So we just kind of
Yeah.
like found our way to a good spot. And yeah, so the first one to come out was Hayden. And
Ooh.
actually, you know what? Actually, it was Ewan's wife,
Yeah.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I think that's
Yep.
her name, right?
Yeah.
She was beautiful. And that's Hera, right? From the
Yeah.
Ahsoka
Yep.
show. So it
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, that's just, I didn't expect to see so many Star Wars people today. Um, and so she came out with Ewan's kids and their son, and then Hayden came out. People flipped, like people were screaming for Hayden. It was great, and he looked kind of shy about it,
Yeah.
to be
Aw.
honest. Yeah, it was cool. But he gave like a little wave, and he came out, and then there was silence for like a minute aside from people trying to get his attention, and then
Yeah.
Ewan came out and people flipped out again. It was really cool. And then a speaker went up, I think like the mayor of the city or something like that, I don't
Yeah.
know,
Uh-huh.
someone unexpected, um, and introduced Hayden. So then Hayden went up, and I didn't know they were such good. Like okay, no. I knew they were such good friends, but for Hayden to be the one to give his speech on the Walk of Fame for you, and I was kind of shocked. Like
It
I
was
don't know, what do
beautiful.
you? Yeah, it
I
really was. It was such a beautiful speech.
Yeah, I was listening to it. I was on my lunch break at work, and when I drove home, I was actually listening to it, and it was so nice. Like I was literally at a red light, like clapping at some of the stuff that Hayden was saying because it
Oh
was just such
yeah,
a nice, like deep from the heart speech. So
yeah,
I'm glad that he was there for that moment. It was just so beautiful. But I bet that felt even crazier you being right there and them right in front of you to hear that speech.
yeah. No, it was wild. Because he talked about like the brotherly love that they have for each other, and he even made a few jokes about Star Wars, like, oh, until that time you chopped off my legs, like we were good and stuff like that. It was funny. Uh,
Yes.
it was good. um, it was just so nice, and then they had like a touching moment where once Ewan got on stage, he gave Hayden a hug, and that was pretty sweet. Um, and yeah, everyone there was we were Star Wars people all the
Yeah.
way. I think in part it's because people knew Hayden was the one who was going to be giving that speech, and so just seeing them together, it was just like chaos. It was so exciting,
Yeah.
positive chaos. Yeah, it was cool.
That's so awesome. So after he finished giving the speech, I saw so many videos of them just going through the crowd, doing autographs for people and stuff. Like, what was it like after the speech finished?
Okay, so after it finished, a lot of people just kind of started to leave. They cleared the space out, right?
Mhm.
Noah's my boyfriend. Noah and I had brought with us a brickheads, which is like I'm sure a lot of you know, just like a Lego kind
Yeah,
of a
yeah, yeah.
choppy brick built picture of different characters. And we brought a brickheads that had Obi-Wan and Vader on it. And we thought, hey, like, wouldn't it be wild if they did some signatures at the end, because I don't know, who knows? I know sometimes they do that on the Walk of Fame, sometimes they don't, but we were just like,
Yeah.
oh, please, like, let us get lucky. Um, as soon as it was over, Hayden left. So we were like, damn, okay, no
Mm.
Vader signature. That's okay, that's okay. But Ewan, you could tell he was really feeling the magic in this
Yeah.
moment. Like, this guy was so happy. He was smiling so much the whole time. Like, you just, like, honestly, there were times, like, during the speech and just watching his reaction to people talking about him, where we got teary-eyed. Like, Noah, he's not an emotional guy, and he was like, I think I might cry. And I was like, I
Ooh.
know. No, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
But Ewan, he kept eyeing the audience. And so we were like, I think he's going to come out. And so little by little, more people kept leaving. And we tried to, like, kind of swim our way up to the front.
Yeah.
Um, and Ewan kind of looked at the audience, and he had this look of like, I'm going to do it. And then he bolted. No, he really did. He ran to like the start of the line, basically. And then everyone in the audience freaked out because they knew Ewan's going to do a lap. Like, we're going to get to see him.
Yeah.
And we were obviously super psyched. We were like, oh, shit, like, he's
Yeah.
coming. Let's
Yeah.
go. And so we had the brick heads out, and he finally got to us, and we were like, what do we say? Like, do we just, like, tell him we're a big fan because, like, he's got to keep moving? I don't know. And before we could even figure out what we were going to say to this man, before we asked him to sign something for us, a scalper with a big ass bag of posters lowers a poster right on top of us, and Ewan signed it.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
so you didn't get yours signed?
I was pissed. So I was like, hell no, I'm not letting this guy just, like, you could see him, because after that we were eyeing him. You could see him pulling posters out. He had a full bag, and just
Yeah.
one by one covering all these fans. And it was just not cool. Like, that's not right.
Yeah.
This guy literally
No.
doesn't give a shit, right?
Yeah.
So I grabbed the brickheads and I ran to the other end of the line, because I was like, no, like, we're getting this, sign. Like, I
Yeah.
was just kind of like a screw you to that guy. And so I found, like, an empty spot, which was unbelievable. And he made his way to us, and I was standing kind of sideways because poster guy was coming back. And so
Uh-huh.
I had, like, one arm holding the brickheads, and then the other one I had my elbow out, because if this guy came, I was gonna give him, like, a, you know.
Yes.
And Ewan was on the approach, and I was like, okay, how can I guarantee that if someone else tries to, squeeze in, because people were ruthless. They were
Yeah.
aggressive. Everyone wanted to meet him, of course, or get something signed. So I start shaking. I looked like a moron. I start shaking the Lego to, like, make a bunch of noise, and I'm like, Ewan, will you sign my Lego? And he heard, and he actually thought it was funny, because, like, I made Ewan McGregor laugh. So I'm
Yes.
gonna be proud of that for the rest of my life. But yeah, he was like, ha! And he goes, of course I'll sign your Lego. And then he signed it, and yeah, and so I got it back here.
Oh.
Let me grab it.
Yes, please.
Yep, that's it.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah.
For
Mm-hmm.
free too. That's awesome.
For
And you
free.
made him
No,
laugh?
I made